let's instead talk about the Gem movie, which we covered a little while back.
Oh, man. And you were like, I don't see why you're upset, Pat. Oh, this is why I'm upset.
Well, because early on I had no idea what was really going on with it. Or I just didn't understand being upset over it because it meant nothing. And I'm still not upset over it because the comic is good and the cartoon is good and always will be. But yeah, so Gem did come out, and that horrible misrepresentation of the cartoon and what came before it got yanked after 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's
unheard of.
Unfucking precedented. It did, on its opening weekend, an average of something like $570 per screen. In its second week, it was doing an average of $170 per screen.
So
That's
like
17 people. 13 people in the fucking theater.
It's like 35 people, which is abysmal.
Yeah.
If you're looking at like $12 a ticket, that's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
45 people. And we're talking sparse theaters. So here's the problem. Not to recap the awfulness of this because we did before, though. When you shit, not just spit, when you shit in the fans' faces.
You're stealing the words right out of my mouth.
When you shit in the fans' faces, it happened with Fantastic Four. It happened, I'd say, worse with Gem. No synergy, no holograms, no supercomputer. She's a fucking teenager instead of owning her own business and owning the orphan. No misfits. They're not. This is not Gem.
No,
you can call it Gem. It's not the cartoon.
Here's the thing for me. Okay, you wanted to appeal to a younger audience. Why? They're not going to care. They're going to take one look at this and go, "This looks fucking lame."
This looks like a Nick Jr. movie, is what they're going to say.
Right, exactly. So you're not going to get the younger audience that you think you're going to, because it's not recognizable at all to them. Gem was not even. These children were not even a thought in their parents' fucking heads when Gem was
gone
relevant.
by what, 87? It was gone.
So what you needed to do was appeal to the core fans, and then hope that you could drag in some youth audience.
You could get the 30-something moms or 40 moms that would drag their kids to see it.
But you cannot alienate.
I would have saw a Gem movie if it was done right.
I mean, in my experience, there are just as many guy Gem fans as there are
I would have
girl
seen
Gem
it.
fans.
I would have been in the theater.
Yeah, I would have too if it looked like it was going to be remotely decent. So it's just, yes, these companies. I don't even know how these things get greenlit. Like, you cannot shit on an entire fan base and expect to make that money back by pulling in an entirely new fan base. How are you going to create this entirely new fan base? It just that doesn't work.
Because when you strip it of all its appeal, the comic book superhero stuff, which was what it basically was, it was they were like superheroes. When you strip it of that, there's nothing interesting left. So then you can't. It's like, okay, we're gonna take the Avengers. But they're not superheroes anymore.
Right.
They're still going to have costumes, though, but no superpowers.
Right.
And we'll give it a low budget, and then who's going to see it?
No one.
So this is what happened with Gem, which is a shame now because you're never going to see a live-action version again, or maybe like 15, 20 years later they'll try again. But what sucks about this is that I don't think they even had faith in it, because even though this bombed horribly, it only cost like $5 million to make, which isn't a lot for a movie like this. So it's not like they lost a huge amount. They probably only did, I only saw like 2 commercials for it, so they didn't market it that much.
Bonnie was telling me that the poster was only up for the opening weekend, and even though it was in the theater near where she worked, the poster was down after that first weekend.
Because the theater made no money.
Yeah.
Because again, who's going to see this?
And I guess they're committed to when you book a movie, you're committed to 2 weeks, but that doesn't mean you have to fucking advertise it. You just have to run showtimes.
No, why would you advertise it if it's done awfully? You might as well advertise coming to theaters, watch Benedict Cumberbatch as Hamlet live, and that makes more money. That stuff, or seeing the opera live in theaters. What a disaster! I would have given this a shot. As bad as Transformers was, I at least saw that in theaters. Said, "Oh, fighting robots. All right." The cartoon on fighting robots, okay, even though it wasn't that good. In Gem, what's the same thing? Oh, they have instruments. That's where it ends. That's basically where it ends.